Hello and welcome to a special edition of Yuck, Dumb, Boo, and Bum, where in honor of the 2022 FIFA World Cup, we are going to play out the World Cup finals, which is France and Argentina, using, naturally, a classic NES game. Nintendo World Cup, probably one of the most fun soccer games probably ever made, in all fairness, with a lot of crazy stuff, but also some accurate stuff, but really more crazy stuff. Let's get into it here. So, just the basics of this game is you would play through 10 rounds, 10 rounds, a semifinal and a final against 12 different teams in order to try and become. If you lost or tied any of those games, you were eliminated. Even ties, there were no overtime. So, that's a code we're putting in here. This will allow us to be Argentina and we'll play France. France is the third game in this setup, which means it goes ascending, I guess, by order of difficulty. So France is actually pretty easy opponent in this. I don't know if this is how it was in 1990, if they just weren't good or what, but Argentina, who was I think they lost they're your semifinal opponent. They're way tougher to play against. So let's start by playing France as Argentina, which would be at least an easier way to start this because I haven't played this in a while. So before you start, as you saw, the players, there was nothing really different about them. They look slightly different, but that's really it. There's no abilities. The number 4 guy, by the way, you control the whole way through. You'll see that in a sec. So let's go to our strategies, your offensive strategies. Pass the ball and use dribble. You don't want to use dribble because they're just going to carry it themselves and get it taken away. So if they pass the ball, it makes your life a lot easier. Should the goalkeeper join in? Why? Why would you want him out of your net as an extra guy in soccer where they can just ball over you and put it in? So that's a no. Keep that one the same. Should your teammates shoot? It starts at no, not at all, which means you have to physically do it all yourself. They won't ever shoot the ball. You don't want that. That's just a recipe for disaster. So yes, frequently. Your defensive strategy, try to tackle or mark the opponent. Mark the opponent just means you're going to stay with the guy. Try to tackle. You'll see here, they slide tackle and they body check. So you really want them to do that. This is your best bet. All right, now we're ready to start. So here we are. This is us as Argentina. France, you can see wearing their traditional green uniforms. And yeah, so one of the things you have to do here is, unless you get like a super shot, there we go. It's very hard to score on a direct shot. Other than maybe the weakest opponent, which is Cameroon, you can't do that. So what you want them to do is you want to shoot it, have the goalie dive for it, and then go pick up the rebound and bury the rebound. So you can see we're 12 seconds in, and we're up 2-0. It is also a very high-scoring game. So yeah, the tackles are pretty awesome here because, yeah, you knock guys down, and when you knock guys down, I think I blocked that one, you injure them. And, you think he hit the post there? Wow. Okay, so throw-in, which is pretty rare for this, but you know he's going to throw it to this guy because he's the only guy on the screen. So when he's there, tackle him. The eyes bulge out, as one's eyes normally do when they are tackled. And yeah. So we're way faster than them because they're, again, the third opponent. Once you get up to 7, the 7th opponent, I believe, is Mexico, if I remember correctly. And they're pretty tricky. But beyond that, I think you really... Italy is the 10th opponent. They're kind of hard. But then Argentina at 11 and West Germany at 12, which is the finals, are crazy tough. They're super fast, and they... Well, I guess the younger me would say they cheated. Oh, where's the defender? Which is to say, you can do a super shot. Typically, if you're doing the super shot, it's a fluke if you're just taking a regular shot. However, I'm going to try to set this up at some point so you can see if the ball is in the air. Okay, not like that, but if they make a direct pass to you and the ball is in the air and you press A and B, you do basically a bicycle kick in the air, and it puts a super shot on net, which typically goes in. There it is. See? Yeah. Impossible to stop, and usually if your guy gets in the way of it, he just gets destroyed by the ball. Because you're seeing all these guys with the bulging eyes and getting knocked to the ground. In fact, if you do that enough, I think you can see, I'm going to bring the ball back. Oh, they injured each other. That's fantastic. I'm going to bring it this way. You can see there's a French guy just lying here dead on the field. He will get up and get scored on, but as soon as he's hit by the ball, he will drop to the ground again. Again, much like real soccer. So it's 6-0 us, and we're, less than a minute and a half in? So I think we can call this a victory for Argentina. Because, yeah, this is going to be pretty much a blowout. So let's go to the other half of it, where we will be France, who, as we saw, is not very good, against Argentina. Let's pick this up at the half, because even though these things are 4-minute halves, they're not actually 4 minutes. I don't know. It's about 2-3 seconds for each one. It's not how it should be. I don't know how to make it. So in this one, all right, here we go. We are in the second half. Start the second half. As in your normal low-scoring games, Argentina is leading 8-4, and all you can see right away the difference between this and the France game, how fast that Argentinian guy is. Yeah, there you go, 9-4 Argentina right now. And yeah, they're super fast. Body checked us. Look at that. The French guy just missed that. Wow. No chill. He just destroyed his own guy to score that goal. And this is what we were saying with that. Now, every team has their own method of super goal. And Argentina's, I mean, you've seen that. A couple of them are the same. But like one of them, I think I remember Russia has like a red ball that kind of like blows up. And I tried to get that. I guess that pass wasn't to me. And basically, almost everyone is pretty effective. The weakest teams are kind of crappy ones for the most part, which you'll see with France's one. It's just like a kind of high-speed ball in the air. Well, I guess it's in the air because, we're kicking it. Let's try this one, see if we can time that out. Oh, man. Yeah, I am definitely out of practice at this game. So, yeah, what you notice the difference between the game when we were Argentina versus when we were France. Not just the speed, but they converge on you so fast. See if we can get one of those passes to us for a super shot. He just missed the ball there. All right, take that, Argentina. Yeah, Argentina's doing pretty well this one. And one of the other things, right, those super shots that we were showing and that they've done, you can pull that off 5 times and a half. So after that, your bicycle kick will just, oh, there's a super shot. Yeah, so that's what happens with France's one. Not as effective as Argentina's, because Argentina's you can shoot from pretty much anywhere and it will go in the net, whereas that one, as you can see, is a direct line. So if you shoot it wide of the goal, it's going in. And like I was saying, you get 5 attempts per half that you successfully, get the super shot on. After that, it's just a regular shot. But the thing that I think really frustrated my 8-year-old self, no doubt, was that when you play these teams, Argentina, you can use it 8-9 times a half. They don't have a limit on it. So basically, you have to account for giving up probably like 8 goals a half, like I did in the first half in this one, and try to be able to score, which is very hard because they're very tough, they're very fast, and they actually time out their body checks. Whereas, on France, the guy was just flat out missing our guys. Or we'd kick the ball and destroy him with the ball. These guys are smart enough to get out of the way of that. So yeah, this is what I'm saying. There's no way this has been less than 2 minutes of the second. Even though it's that from a time standpoint. Ah, there we go. Yeah, see, it's going wide, so that wastes one of mine. I only have 3 of those left, and I think I'm down by like 6 goals or something. So this is going to be pretty rough. I don't know if we got a 6-goal comeback, but see how quickly he converges on me there? So I'm just going to tell my guys to shoot pretty much whenever possible. Yeah, because again, we have to get that rebound, but it is way harder to get the rebound here. Look at that. He timed me out on that. Ah, the goalie came all the way out too. Like, this is it. The AI gets way smarter in these games than when you're playing France, or not to pick on Cameroon, but Cameroon was the lowest level of this one, where you can actually just go around the goalie and score. I don't remember the whole order, but Cameroon I know is first, Japan is second, and then France is third, so that's not really a ringing endorsement for the French. Oh, hey, there we go, we got one. Okay, down by 5. And USA is the wild card in this, actually, which is to say they don't have a specific spot as an opponent, but say you're playing as France and your third game is supposed to be against France, you can't play yourself, so you end up playing the US instead. And it's not necessarily an easier opponent. There's another cheap shot. It's not necessarily a weaker opponent, so like if you're Cameroon and you play the US in the first game, the US plays like Cameroon, but the 10th game, which is Italy, if you're Italy, and you play as, let's see if we can time this out. All right. If you play as Italy, there's a goal. Then you play the US in the 10th game. The US in the 10th game plays like Italy, so they're a tough opponent. I forget who they use for if you're Argentina or West Germany, because this is considered a semi-final game. But really, obviously, this is the World Cup final. And I hope it does really have 18 goals like this, because that's just going to be a heck of a lot of fun to watch. But when you do this, and you're one of those teams, you don't play the US in that game. I believe you would play Italy in the semifinals if you were, say, Argentina, or West Germany, because then in the finals, if you're West Germany, again, you can't play yourself, you play Argentina. Which I guess is about the only way to make it accurate to the 1990 World Cup, which is the game that this is based, I guess loosely based after. It came out after the 1990 World Cup. So I think that was part of the idea of having Cameroon in there, obviously, because they had done much better than expected. Which is a good nod to an African team. At least you've got, I guess 4 continents in this game, because you've got North America with the US and Mexico. You've got obviously a ton of European teams, South American teams, and then Cameroon's the only African. 14-7 with 29 seconds to go. Time for a comeback. I kind of don't feel like this is happening. I have a couple of those super shots left, but like my better bet is just really to try to put balls on net here. Hey, alright, he scored. See, that's one of those things, if you in the beginning where we were choosing our options for what they do, if you don't have it as frequently shoot, that guy's just going to hold on to the ball and look for a pass to you, even when he has an obvious chance to score. You will tell him to shoot, and he will say, as you'll see in the bottom left corner, I can't. That is one thing actually I didn't point out in this game, but it's actually kind of cool. It says pass, and then your guy is saying pass, and their guy is saying okay. Oh, is that going to go on net? Did he get it? No. All right, well, the clock's going to run out while he chases that ball. As you can see, France is pretty much disappointed. Yeah, I was giving Argentina the win on the first one because we were up by 7, and Argentina makes those poor Frenchmen cry. 14-8. So there you go. Book it. Argentina is going to win the World Cup 14-8. And we got a chance to see a pretty awesome game here. So thanks for watching this. If you enjoy this, we've got a ton of other games just below. Click on the playlist. Make sure to watch. Hope you love it. And leave a comment if you want. Get a like. And we'll see you again next time.